Guys, welcome to Stumper Wild. My name is Josh. This is our first episode. I'm here in the studio putting the final touches on this particular episode we're watching now. And for a long time I've really enjoyed camping, hiking, just needed a place to put all of our adventures and stuff like that, and I figured what a better place than YouTube so I could share some of the things with you, including this episode. So with all that in mind, let's go ahead and get started. Let me show you what's in my backpack. Stick around to the end and I'm going to share my complete list that I use to pack up my bag from start to finish. Should prove to be very helpful, but I'm going to leave it as a video here, so all you have to do is take screenshots, and if you have an iPhone or something like that, you can generally copy the text from it and save it to your notes, or you could just save the pictures and pull them up whenever you need to use them. Alright guys, so this is me packing my bag. I like to put as many of the essentials that I need, but I don't use often in the bottom, and I like to put some of the other stuff towards the top that I use quite often, and then you want to put most of your heavy stuff in the middle. That way it kind of keeps your pack balanced. So when you're packing your bag, you want to make sure you have a few essentials for starting fire. You want to make sure that you're keeping yourself very comfortable if you can, and also have a way to cook. I'm going to go ahead and set up this site real quick and show you how fast it is with everything that I have. So now that I got it all out, I'm going to go ahead and do a quick time lapse of setting it up. This takes about 5 minutes. Alright, now that we got everything set up, we're going to go ahead and start this fire. First I'm going to gather some dry tinder. I'm going to get these leaves here and some smaller twigs. Moving up with a little bit larger branch. Now you can see here I have some hand sanitizer, a ferro rod, and some things I foraged earlier, like this fat wood. Fat wood is pretty much anything that's like a pine tree that has a cut in it, and this sap will start bleeding into the wood. And it kind of turns like a wax. I'm going to chop a piece of that off. Get you a nice little cube. It's got some saturation to it. Then you want to go look for some drier tinder like this lichen. Another flammable material where I am in the East Coast is Spanish moss. Really good for pictures too. So now that you're caught up, let's go ahead and clean off these holly leaves and dig us a controlled hole so that the stuff doesn't blow everywhere. Start with the smaller lightweight leaves, some of the smaller twigs, moving up to a little bit larger ones. We're going to put in this fat wood, lichen, and our Spanish moss. We're going to put it underneath so the fire can come up. You could use the blade on your ferro rod, but I recommend the back. Now let's imagine something for a second. It's too wet and you can't get it to work. Most ferro rods on the back of them will have this magnesium that you can scratch off into a little pile, but for some reason it's still not working. Hand sanitizer, and boom, you got yourself a fire. I like to start from the bottom, like I said, and work my way up. And what I'll do is this little sandwich method. I'll put these leaves here, more twigs, put some more dry leaves on top, followed by more heavy twig. And then I'll put the bigger ones on top. There we go, we have a fire. Now that we got the fire made, let's take a seat. So this chair is pretty cool. I've used it a lot of sunsets with friends, camping, for lunch, long hikes, and when I'm doing a little bit of work. It's really convenient to just kind of pull out. And put it right back in. Boom, snaps with this little buckle. And it fits right in the side of my bag. Can take it anywhere, it's pretty lightweight. here's our cooking pot. For the cooking pot, I'm going to want to take you all the way to Shenandoah to get some of the better views. Shenandoah is loaded with a lot of cool trails, and I highly recommend going over there. This one in particular is Stony Man, and it's loaded with wildlife and amazing views. There we go. So yeah, I've used this stove many times and I carry it just about anywhere. Another main thing that you're going to need is a source of water. For this one, we're on South Fork Mormons River. It's about a 3-mile hike and it's full of huckleberries, which brings a lot of indigenous wildlife, like deer, and also black bears, which I'm pretty sure this is black bear's cat. If it's not, let me know in the comments. But along the way, there's a lot of water sources. So along the way we were looking at all the sites and stuff, and we came along this riverbank. Finally at the end, we did a little bit of fishing. Even though we had each brought our own water bottles, the hike proved to be pretty hot and long. We also needed to cook some food, so Anya went ahead and filtered some water with this nice little filtration system we have. You can pretty much find these anywhere that sell camping goods. Another thing that you're going to want to have is a living space, but we're going to cover that in another episode. Thanks for staying to the end, and as promised, thanks for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm looking forward to making many more and sharing a lot of helpful tips, plants identification, fishing things, anything that I can come up with that has to do with being outdoors. If you liked any of the scenes you saw, or you got a little bit of information, or you saw something you like, please hit that like button. Feel free to comment as much as you want. I'll definitely be reading them and doing what I can to make my videos better for you guys. And if you're interested in watching our journey, hit that subscribe button. Again, thank you.